Hey guys, so my last videos have kind of sucked because I didn't have any memory on my phone left and it kept cutting out halfway through and I would never know when it ends. So let's make a full video now that I've deleted everything off my phone. All photos and videos are now gone. Stresses me out a little bit, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So we are going to do a full video this time of painting a galaxy since last time got messed up and the video before that. All right, so let's get started. I'm just gonna be using my little sketchbook, Master's Touch. It's just something from Hobby Lobby. I don't spend a whole lot of money on these sketchbooks just because, I mean, I use these for more experimentation and learning and play, and hey, sometimes you get a really good piece and cool, snap a photo of that and you can make prints of it, right? So, like I said, I don't spend a ton of money on these. I think they're like $7.99, but then you can get them like half off like every other week anyway. So, good deal. No, I'm not sponsored. That's just what I do. All right, let's get started. And if you guys have painted galaxies before, let me know in the comments. This should be fun. My paint is all bejumbled. It's all mixed up. It's all a mess. It's all nasty. This was leftover stuff on my palette from the painting I'm currently working on, which I'm hoping I can have, you know, finished at least hopefully this month. I always say that and then it takes me like another 2 weeks. So I need to get faster at painting. Okay, so first of all, we need a dark background. Okay, to make it even darker in some areas, I'm just gonna put some, excuse me, I totally just ate lunch. I'm just gonna put some like red spots underneath to kind of darken it up in some areas, just for funsies. I'm just using like a flat brush here. So that way it gets more depth. Once I get the dark on top, it'll have these awesome, super dark areas. Now, obviously, if you're working, this is acrylic, by the way. If you're working in oils, we want to start with cools first. And then, you know, towards the refinement in the end, we're going to be using warms. But I'm just using acrylic because this is just what I had on my palette from a previous painting, or from my painting I've been working on. So I figured I would just use it up, not let it go to waste. I'm that kind of person. I'll use every last drop. Okay, so kind of warmed up underneath a little bit here for some areas. And I love acrylic for the fact that it'll dry and set up fast, so it's easier to do like little videos like this with acrylic because I know it'll set up quickly. Obviously with oils, that's a whole nother ball game, and that would not make for a quick-ish video. All right, so now that I used up most of my, what is that, alizarin crimson probably? I got primary red. Where's my alizarin? There it is. I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the alizarin to my palette because I think I want to use, well, I'm gonna be using that to make my really dark background as I make a giant mess as usual. But that's what painting's all about. I think I'm almost out of my alizarin crimson. I'm gonna have to go get some more. And I use golden acrylics. Hold on, got some spots there. Yeah, I use golden acrylics, and I also use, oh geez, what's the other one? Da Vinci. I love Da Vinci. Vivid Pink. That one is like chef's kiss right there. Yeah, like their primary red is beautiful. Their Indian Yellow Transparent is beautiful. Where's the other one? Oh, this one, Indigo. Oh, you gotta have that. You gotta have Indigo. Oh, and the Burnt Sienna. That one's almost gone too. I think I actually ordered more of this, so my new tube's probably in the drawer because you can tell I use a ton of it. So yeah, anyway. Oh, and I also have some of the Milan Art acrylic as well. And this is the cobalt teal. I got the whole set for Christmas. My brother hooked me up. So yeah, those are like the three 3 brands. Oh wait, I take that back. Graham. I also use Graham and Company as well. I do have a few of theirs. So those are about, I think those are all the ones I have that I use the most. Oh, and also some of these Holbein. I don't know if I'm showing that. The luminous paints. Those are freaking gorgeous. But yeah, that's not what this video is about. Sorry guys, I squirrel. Okay, we gotta darken this background. Let's darken it. I will yap and yap and yap and yap. All right, so we are just gonna make super dark. I don't like using black. I don't like using black straight out of the tube. I rarely ever even touch it unless I'm doing my black and white painting portraits that I do. So, and again, those are mostly in acrylic anyway. I just don't use black. So we're gonna make our own version. So I'm taking alizarin crimson. What is this, Prussian blue? Something like that. Yeah, Prussian blue. I don't think that's phthalo. No, that's definitely Prussian. Prussian blue, and then I'm gonna add in some of this green. Looks like phthalo green possibly. And it's gonna make this deep dark color. And if I gotta make it darker, I totally can. Add a little bit more blue. And if you add more red, it's really gonna make it dark. Red is freaking amazing. I don't think I have enough paint out, but that's okay. So we're just gonna kinda, it's coming out a little purpley, not my fave. Need to add some more colors into that. And I'm not like going for perfection on this. I just kind of want to lay down this dark color, get it on there. Yeah, I need to add more green to that. A little too purpley for me. There we go. That's more of the dark color I was going for, more of a green. It's hard to see when my palette's like kind of far away. Okay, so you basically just want to cover this whole thing in your dark color, whatever you choose. And I feel like this is so much fun using like these little books too, because it's like there's not so much pressure on what you're doing. Like it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't freak me out as bad to mess around and not be so worried if it's gonna turn out like trash or not. So that's kind of exciting. Well, I feel like I can play more. I'm not so stressed out about perfection, and I'm definitely like a perfectionist at heart, and painting has definitely helped me kind of loosen up in that way, which is like a total miracle to me because I'm definitely a control freak by nature, and yeah, it just helps kind of lose control. That's why I love doing like the abstract pieces that I do, or the abstract realism, because the abstract part is just so fun. It's so freeing, and to not have to worry and stress so much. It's super therapeutic in my opinion. Okay, I'm like running out of paint here. And I'm literally just mixing up random colors, you guys. Reds, blues, greens, turquoise, you name it. Just kind of mixing it all up. So this is gonna have a lot of different colors compared to the previous video I tried to film, because I literally just made like this dark color on the last one. But I kind of realized like, hey, I kind of like having a little bit more depth in there. So that's why I added the red underneath, because I'm gonna have like, I'll try to cover that more too, but you see how it's darker under there, which is exactly what I was going for. Kind of cover up these white spots as best I can. I need more paint. Probably add a little bit of water. So one thing that drives me nuts is that acrylics dry so fast. but you also have to be really careful about the amount of water that you're adding, because then you can't dry brush. You can't do all the things if it's too wet. All right. Oh, I'm using all my turquoise. I'm gonna have to squirt some more out. That's okay. We're just gonna add more blue. Oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty color. That's definitely more blue. And if you guys have other like techniques that you do or tips and tricks on how you paint your galaxies, definitely let me know. I love hearing different ways of trying stuff out. That's like part of the fun about YouTube, like sharing ideas and just learning from each other, giving each other inspiration. It's pretty cool. I learned a lot from other YouTubers. It's where it's at, guys. YouTube is where it's at. Okay. Ooh, that one's uber dark, isn't it? Let's try putting some of that over the red right here. Cover up these white spots I kind of got everywhere. Just didn't want to make it too dark to where it was like literally black everywhere. Not to say that you can't do that. You can absolutely do that. I just wanted to be able to have more depth from some lighter colors as well, or some lightness, lighter colors, you know what I mean. Anyway, kind of like the turquoise that's in here and the blue, and that deep red that's under here under this like purpley color. I'm loving it. All right, more paint. I don't know if you guys caught it on the last one, how I said I tend to not use enough paint. Again, that's the stinginess in me, trying to like hold out and not use everything. All right. So I'm gonna have to make up a little bit more of that teal and blue, because again, I don't want to cover it completely in dark. Oh yeah, I love how that looks over that red. That's awesome. Okay, so now that my hand is cramping from painting so hard, let me square out a little bit more turquoise. And I hope you guys can see the difference in tones, values of light and dark on there. Oh, my hand is like cramping. I think I was holding that brush a little too hard. Okay. Screw that back on. And then I think I put the wrong blue out. Yeah, I totally did. I don't think that was that one. Yeah. Let's put this one back. Oh, I can never get these open. Handy dandy pliers here. Sometimes I'll smack the corner of it on the table a few times to get it loose, like you would a jar or something. Okay, put a little bit more of the Prussian blue out. Alright. And then, oh yeah, I got enough alizarin on there. I don't think I got all the paint off that, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. I can let it sit in the water after. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna do some of the turquoisey color that I was putting on first, just to cover up the rest of, yeah, that's more of the blue version, perfect. And cover up the white that's still showing here. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, now I need it to be more green. We'll add more of that, we'll add more of that. Make it more of a green color, just to cover up the whites here. Hope I got it all. Oh, I love it. I love how it's drying so fast because this is just going to make it so much cooler that I can kind of wing it. Hopefully bust out a pretty cool piece. There's still some white on this side, which is the darker, but that's okay. Let's use what's left right here. Kind of cover up the white. You guys see any more white on there? Well, there's probably some, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry up just for about a minute or two. And again, it shouldn't take long because it's acrylic. And I did also bring out the liquid gold, the metallic permanent paint gold. It's like spray paint, but like you can take off the cap and dip into it. But I love this. I think you can get it on Blick's website. But I absolutely love this stuff. It will destroy your brushes, as I've said before. So I always use like the same like 2 or 3 brushes. And if you have cap cleaner, you can always like take a rag and then put this on there and spray the cap cleaner on it and wipe it off real good. I tend to just get a paper towel and kind of wipe it off the best I can, but it will destroy your brushes. So use your, you know, for better word, crap brushes that you don't care, like just cheapo crap from like Walmart or something. I need a paper towel though. Oh, that way when I get to that point, it won't be so stressful because you got to move quickly with that to get it off. So, all right, what's the first color we want to use? Oh, you know what? I forgot to grab a round brush. Oh, hold up. Forgot a brush. Let's see, which one do I want to use? Okay. I was trying to find my more frayed brushes. Oh, I forgot to put my microphone on so you guys could hear better. Oopsie. Okay, so I like to use my more frayed brushes that I've used like Dawn soap to clean with or something, just to when I'm doing like scumbling and stuff. All right, so the first color I'm gonna put down, I mean this is pretty much dry now. I think I'll do like a teal, and I don't want it to be too light. It's gonna be way darker than that. Yeah, to start, you definitely want it to be dark. So we're gonna be working dark to light, as usual. And then again, this would be cool colors if I was using oil. But since I'm using acrylic, I mean, it really doesn't matter a whole lot. You don't want a ton of paint on your brush when you're doing this part. Like I have too much on there as it is, but we'll wing it. So you're barely gonna touch this and you're just gonna make little circly scrubbing motions. Oh, that's so bright. I definitely need to darken that up. Still too bright. This teal is like, well, this is more of like a turquoise than it is. Yeah, this is turquoise. Sorry guys, I kept saying teal. Yeah, that's not gonna get any lighter for me, I don't think. Or darker, sorry. That is pretty light. Maybe I should add green or something. So we're just gonna kind of scumble around. And again, I already have too much. You just kind of want to dust this on. You don't want to, not trying to paint it on. You're just trying to dust it. Like that would have been a lot better than this. I'm kind of heavy handed it. Plus I have quite a bit on my brush. And you don't want to cover the entire thing because you, like I said, you want to be able to see those really, really darks and the light values underneath in that dark background you created. So you really want to give it dimension. So that might be probably more than enough in this color because that is so bright, you guys. Oh, I wish I could have got it a little darker. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to do like a purple magenta-y color. And I hope you guys can see my palette too, like the colors I'm using. Hopefully. And you can play around with the colors. You don't have to do like exactly what I'm doing, obviously. Okay, so I didn't get all the paint out, but close enough. Purple, magenta. So let's take a alizarin, and we'll add a little bit of the Prussian blue. Not too much. Maybe a little bit more. Just to make it more purpley. A little bit more. Ah! Kind of got a little too dark. Hold on. A little bit more red. There we go. That's better. Alright, so now I'm just going to kind of lightly brush, dust this on. You don't have to necessarily go over the exact same spots as you did with the turquoise or teal, whatever color you're using. You can kind of mix it up and just kind of put it where you want to, which is kind of hard to see with this light blinding me in the face. Is that better, guys? I don't know if that's better. Alright. Might be too reflective. I don't know. Is that giving any depth? It's starting to dry on the brush. So let's try to get a little bit more on there. Sorry, I gotta kind of hold it up for just a second. That light is just kind of glaring. Making it really hard to see what I've put down and haven't. Okay, I'm gonna rinse that out. And then we're gonna do more of like a magenta color. And I'm kind of going a little bit lighter, I think, as I go. Because you go dark to light. Alright. Wiping that dry. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit more of this red instead, which that one is, I think it's primary red. Pretty sure. And barely any white, just because I'm trying to lighten it barely. And again, you don't want a ton on your brush here. Woo! It's kind of light, wasn't it? I gotta keep telling myself, just dust it on, just dust it on. So hard to be light-handed for me, and I don't know why. And again, sometimes I like overdo it with this because I tell myself not to, because I want to keep some of that very first dark layers I put on there. And then what do? I cover it. Okay. Okay. Hopefully that's coming along. All right, now we're gonna do like the lightest version of the magenta. So we're gonna add more white to kind of brighten it up a little bit. We're almost to this point of making stars. But yeah, this, ooh, that's gonna be so bright. Oh my gosh. I didn't mean that bright. Holy moly. There we go. That was a little too, oh boy, that might be a little too bright still. All right. I'll just kind of wing it. Okay, lightly in circles. And you don't have to do this everywhere. Oh, that was so much. No. Just kind of like on the tops maybe of like the first magenta you laid down. You, like I said, you don't have to do it all over. What do you guys think so far? Did I overkill it? Okay, kind of show you where it's at so far. Hopefully the light isn't glaring too much. Okay. All right, so now this is when I'm gonna get down to my script brushes, spotter brush, and we're gonna be thinning paint out till it's like a milky consistency to do the splatters. Excuse me. All right, so, and you guys can use any colors, like I said, that you want. You just want to switch it up. You don't want to do pure white because that's not realistic. That's just not realistic. So I'm going to do like a pinky purple, white. And again, I love this Vivid Pink by Da Vinci. I just hope it's not completely dried up. Oh, nope, still good. Okay, so pinky, what'd I say? Pinky purple with some white mixed in. So the value just needs to be lighter than what you got on there right now. So you can always hold your brush up to it with some paint on it to kind of see where the value sits, because this part is where we're definitely going to be going lighter. Ooh, no, still pretty dark. Right, that looks a little bit better. Let's see how that looks. Cool. Let's add a little bit more white. These script brushes make it kind of hard to blend your paints. I'm used to big fat brushes. Oh, and then you drop it in your paint. Epic fail on that one. Oh well, let's wipe it off. I do that a lot, especially when I'm working on my actual paintings. A lot. All right, so like I said, we're gonna make this pretty runny, pretty milky. You just like, you want it the consistency of milk. And if you need to test it to make sure it's dripping the way you want it to, you can just kind of splatter some on your palette. So, and you want to do this in all different like directions. You don't want to do it all with the same direction, because otherwise it's just going to come out the same, you know. Don't do it too close to the paper. You're going to hit the paper, which I've done a million times. I already love it. But I have a hard time seeing like what it's actually looking like. I always have to like take a day or two, step back from my paintings, and then come back and look at it and be like, wow, it actually looks really cool. I don't know why. I guess I overthink things a little bit. Oh, I like that. Kind of gives it like some more grouping. Ooh, that's pretty. Kind of make it more dense in some areas than others. And again, you do not want to use the same colors throughout the entire thing. You want to switch it up. So I will not be using this magenta pink color the entire time. Now I'm gonna go to like a green teal color. Guess I should make sure it's still recording because phone hates me. Cool. Okay. just hope you guys can see that. All right, let's do what I say, like a green teal. How about like these colors? Like turquoise with a little bit of green. That's pretty. So that's the color I'm mixing up right there. And then I'm gonna add some white to that. Oh. I'm literally sitting on a bucket, you guys. My freaking legs are falling asleep. It's like the only size of anything that I have in the house that will like comfortably sit with this small little table. Okay, so now I'm doing like a green teal. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Ooh, I love this area right here. That's already starting to look like a galaxy. Like, I don't know what you call it. Was that a nebula? I don't know. That's pretty cool. And then get some more on there. Last time I attempted this, I don't think I gave it enough stars anyway, so maybe this is overkill. I don't know. Don't really care. I just want it to look cool. And actually spend the time to give it that depth. That is so pretty. I love how it's turning out. I need to get like a new stand, you guys, for my camera because right now it's like on the side and I'm sure it's probably driving you guys nuts. I want it to like face down the way I'm seeing it so you guys can see what I see, but it just takes time. Save up some money to get one. All right, now we can do like a pink color. Like I know that one color, the pinky purple that I did, that was definitely pretty pink. Maybe I should, I guess do like straight pink with white. We'll see how that looks. Need a lot more white. Does this look the same? Let's add more white. I'm dirtying all my white. It's funny. There we go. I want it really, really light. Add some more water, make it more milky. Okay. Oh yeah, that's pretty. On there. It's definitely a lot lighter than the other one. It's perfect. This is almost like tapping your cigarette if you're a smoker. It's literally the same thing. I quit smoking a while ago, so I guess that was good practice though. For making stars. Who knew? All right, what do you guys think? Is that enough? Whoop, I almost hit the paper. Ugh, I'm so clumsy. Okay. That's pretty. All right, so now we're gonna do like a peachy, orangey yellow. So peachy, orangey yellow. Let's add a little bit of yellow ochre because pink and yellow ochre will typically make like this awesome peach color, which is gorgeous. Excuse me. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that over there. I hope you can. All right. Ooh, and some of these bigger drips look so cool. I love all these different colors. Like it it really gives you that dimension, like you're actually looking at the sky. Because, you know, we look up and we're like, oh, we see white stars, but in reality, they have so many different colors. It's pretty incredible. And I love how since I've been painting, I can see so many different colors in just one thing that I'm looking at. It's absolutely insane. But I don't know. I just think it's pretty cool. Like what you would think would be like, oh, that's blue. Yeah, no, that's probably like 5 different colors mixed together. I don't know, it's crazy. All right, so we are gonna do, for the last one, we're gonna do like, add a little bit of that peachy pink, but barely any to white. So this will be like, our lightest. I totally just got that all over my hand. Yummy. The lightest color for the star, so barely any of that pink, peachy color. It's not quite milky enough, but we're getting there. Just keep adding more water and that peach is like spreading into it. No. Okay, we'll see if this works. Oh yeah, that pops. Man, look at that. The difference that made. Holy moly. So cool. I love how like the smallest of small dots. Oh, see, I did it. Oh no. Oh no. I touched it. I got too excited. The smallest of dots, whoa, those were pretty big. They, what was I saying? They look super far away, whereas like the bigger ones are like, wow, those must be like the close ones. A little bit more. Oh yeah, that's cool. I love when it makes the big drips, because they look so much closer. Okay, that might be overkill. I need to stop. I need to stop. Okay, let's see. So now we're gonna try to make some of like the larger ones, right? And for that, we're gonna use more of like, well, this brush I use to make or do my signature on all my paintings. I love this brush because it's like firm at the ferrule, but it's kind of like whippy, just the tip of it. So it's like perfect for my signature. So I'm probably gonna use this one and this fine little, I don't know, dot brush. We'll use that one first because this one is a little more stiff, so I can be a little more controlled with that one. So we'll start with this one. And then we are going to start with, we're gonna make some purple. I'm gonna do some purple. How about that? But I don't think I want it super watery, so I might have to make another spot right here. Add a little bit of red. So we're gonna do barely any white. So we kind of want it to be like a lightish purple. You can still see it. It's still a little too dark, I think. And the trick that I've learned with these ones is you want it to be like fuzzy around the edges which is a little harder to do with acrylic versus oil. But you can still do it. You can just take like a color that's kind of in between the purple and like the background color, which would be more of a blue in this case. Ah. Someone's kind of fighting me. How many should we do? Should we do like three stars just to kind of demonstrate here what I'm doing? If I can get it to go around. There we go. Okay, so what I mean by like a color in between, so like we got this purple, but there's also like this darkish purple, blue, like in the back. So I'm gonna take some of the darker version and just kind of go just around the outside to kind of blur it around. And again, if you were using oils, this would be cool colors, right? And then as we start working on the center, you'll get into the warmer colors. Like probably the very, very tippy center would be the warmest because it's coming towards you. See how it kind of like blurs out around it by using the color that's kind of like in between the background color and the center that you put on there. Oh, okay, this one's gonna be ginormous because I kind of went bloop with it. Go me. Okay. Okay, so we soften the edges. So we're gonna do like a darker pink in the center of those, but we'll kind of, again, fade it around. And you know, I might actually use this one just because I want more control over that. So we'll do a darker pink. That's pretty. Let's use that. Okay, pinky purpley color. Grab a little bit of white. Dang it, there's like so much water on my palette. I'm not sure how well this will work, but so I'm literally just gonna go a little bit inside, like the center. I kind of overkilled on that first one. There we go. Oh, overkill on that one. I'm gonna have to give these a second to dry, I think, too, because there's way too much water on my palette. Okay, so now that we did like a darker pink, pinky purpley, I'm gonna go in with a peachy pink, and lose my brush in my water. Let's see. Okay, just a second, gotta dry off the handle. Okay, peachy pink in the center. So, as you guys can see, I put like this purpley pink, kind of brushed it around so it doesn't have like such a super sharp edge. You still want it to be kind of blurry at this point. And then I'm gonna do like a peachy pink in the center. And it's gonna be lighter than like the pink that we just put down in value, obviously, because it's like peachy, pinky, white. I still think that needs to dry. That one still looks wet. These ones look a little dry. So we're just gonna try to stick to inside that pink color. I didn't really want to get it outside of that. Darn it. I don't have like the steadiest hand. Hopefully you guys can see the depth that it's creating. And normally this is not my kind of thing, doing something so tedious, but it is like worth it. Like if you really want to get them looking realistic, this is what you gotta do. Okay, and then we're gonna use pure white for the center. So we're just gonna kind of let that dry, because otherwise it's just not gonna work right. And sometimes if you want to do like the shine on these, you can do, you can take one of those straight edge tools, which I don't know where mine's at. So I'll just take like a piece of watercolor paper that I got lying around and then just kind of make some of the lines. And I'll probably use like this peachy pinky white color that I used to do one of them, and then go in with some like titanium white. And I do not have the steadiest hand, you guys, so bear with me. Ugh, see, even that doesn't turn out like, for me anyway. Some people have a really steady hand. But if I would have had a more steady hand, I could have made that like a straight line like the first one. Oh, go me. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. So you guys can see how that works. And then you can go in with some like pure white and maybe from like the center, like up on these super carefully. You'll make it pop, like really, really pop. Let me grab the white, just plain white for the center of those. So hopefully this is helpful if you've been trying to find different ways to paint galaxies. So I'm just taking pure white just for the center of these. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. And then, like I said, if you're super careful, you can go in and barely put some of that titanium white on maybe just the center. Oh, see, I have such a heavy hand, you guys. Look at that, that's so cool. And you can take just the pure white too if you want to do, oh, I might have to let that dry, but see if I can not screw it up. Oy. Yeah, guys, if I had a straight edge tool, I'd probably be doing way better than what I'm doing right now with these lines, but that's okay. Can't really beat myself up. This is, let's see where. Don't want to hit that very center at the moment because it's still wet. Oh, that's a lot better. Cool. Ooh. Move it up just a little bit, like sticking to the paper. Okay, well, you guys get the point. And then if you want, you can also take some of that peachy color and do it from like the center to like halfway, just again to add more depth and dimension. And you don't have to put the shine on all of them. You could do just one. You don't do any of them. Like this one I won't do. I just kind of wanted to show you guys examples of how different ways you can do the shine on the galaxies. Oh, you know what? Time for my favorite part. I'm gonna add some gold. Yeah, buddy. I love adding this gold. Hopefully that doesn't fall in. Yeah, okay. So I'm just for funs. So here is what it looks like without the gold on there. You guys can see that. And then I'm just gonna play around with the liquid gold because I absolutely love it. Is it still going? Still going. Sorry guys, I thought this would be a lot quicker of a video, but it's still pretty quick though, considering I'm painting a full galaxy right now. So I'm gonna take this big brush and I'm just gonna, oh crap, that was a lot. Okay, well, my intention was to have some smaller dots, but that's okay. Whatever. All right. I guess I should have wiped some of that off. My bad. Lesson learned, right? It's part of learning. That's why we have sketchbooks. So if we mess up, it's not the end of the world. Okay, well, the point was to make super small little gold dots, not giant blobs, but that's okay. That's totally fine. All right, like I said, see how you just kind of wipe your cheap brush out the best you can. And it should be okay. Because I only use this one specifically for the liquid gold, but probably can't even see what I'm doing. Sorry, guys. Get back in frame. All right, so there is a fun random little galaxy with super giant gold blobs. I didn't mean to do, but if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks as well, please let me know, because I love to learn and grow alongside everybody else. I think it's so much fun. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful, guys, and like and follow if you want to follow and learn some more. Have a good day, guys.